become more intuitive and your auric field begins to condense more and concentrate, you're going to become more aware of them. Now, what you need to do is you need to not fear, and you can tell them, say, I know who you are. And just basically send them the knowledge that I know who you are. You cannot overpower me because I'm made of the same stuff you are. I just vibrate at a higher level. And say, and you can command them to leave. And then you can use your visualization skills that you have been developing and your concentration. You can visualize whatever means you can. If it's a brick wall, then visualize a brick wall. If it is a sword in your hand that you're going to project towards them, visualize it. If it's a powerful white light that they cannot penetrate, visualize it. Because when you're visualizing this, that energy is condensing in the astral realm. You may not physically see it. You may see it in your mind's eye because you have visualized it. They can see it because they are in that realm. And they see it. And they understand that you know the truth. And they can't cause fear in you. And they will leave you alone. I love this scene, and I know it's fictitious, but if you watch The Lord of the Rings, do you remember the scene where they're in the caverns and Gandalf the Grey, they're crossing the bridge and this horrible fiery beast is coming. And Gandalf the Grey, he doesn't, if you ever watch the scene, you'll notice he does not take one step back. He starts running across the bridge when everybody else is safe, and he stands right on that bridge. And during the whole entire time that beast is coming toward him, this negative, congealed consciousness of negative energy, he does not take one step back. Now what he's saying when he does not take one step back, he's not provoking. He never provoked it. You don't provoke negativity because you're going to get a response back, and you deserve it because you provoked it. You asked for it, so you're going to get it. He didn't provoke the entity. He just put his staff down and he said, you shall not pass. And that entity could not pass. And here is Gandalf the Grey, this little tiny guy compared to this huge entity of negativity. And he could not pass. And that is what you have to believe in yourself. Now, I want to also tell you, this is kind of silly, but maybe bringing these movies into this topic, but I love these movies because you can learn a lot from them. He died. That negative entity pulled him down, and he died. But did he die? No. See, a person in this world can kill your body, but what that person does not understand is that that person is actually making you more powerful. You are now transcended into a higher realm, and at that point you are more powerful. If you remember the original Star Wars movie, and Obi-Wan Kenobi is fighting Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker is watching them fight, and Obi-Wan Kenobi finally just stopped. He did not continue to fight. He stopped, he put his arms like this, and he said, you can strike me down, but you're going to make me more powerful. See, he knows a higher truth than this negative Darth Vader who has forgotten it. And he was struck down physically. Did he die? No, he didn't. And see, you may think this is all you are, so you have a terrible fear of losing it. As soon as you relinquish that fear of it, you find a greater part of yourself, a more powerful part of yourself. And the truth is, nobody can hurt you. Nobody. You can think they do, but they don't. They can physically take your body, but they will make you more powerful. And they don't even have to take your physical body. You have the ability to be able to control negativity and repel it from you. And that is something that you will master during the magical arts. So I know this was a mouthful, but this is important information that I wanted to share with you to empower you. And as you become more empowered, I become more empowered because we are one. So I am empowering other aspects of myself, which are you. And you are being empowered by other aspects of yourself, which is me. So, anyways, I'm going to show you how to scry. I'm going to share with you one way of scrying. I'm going to share with you several ways, but the first way I'm going to share has a big stigma attached to it, and it is because people are afraid of the unknown. So, in their fear, they don't understand what this tool can be used for. It can be used for good. But like any tool, you have to be careful how you use it, or you can cut yourself. You can hurt yourself. I'm going to show you how to use this for something positive in your life, and that is that is a Ouija board. Now, some people don't like that. Some people do not like Ouija boards, and I understand because I used to be one of them before I learned how to use it and how to put up a firewall like you do on a computer. Computers have firewalls that protect intruders from hacking into your computer. Well, you can use this just like a person would use a firewall and protect intruders from interfering with your communication with higher beings. Or you can choose not to put a firewall up, and you can be hacked into by a spiritual hacker, a negative entity, and you could become terrified and afraid and end up burning your Ouija board and never touching it again, which to me is equivalent to burning your telephone because you called somebody negative and you don't like what they did. Okay, I'm going to tell you a couple of things about how to stay away from Ouija board negativity and how to use it for good, because it can be used for good just like your telephone can be used for good. Okay? First of all, when I use a Ouija board, it is because I have a definite purpose, and I do not want to attract a negative entity, because earthbound spirits and spirits who are negative have nothing else better to do usually than to hang out here, and they're bored, and here you go. If you say, you use your Ouija board and you say, I want to, is anybody here? Is anybody here? That's like dialing a phone number, you don't even know who you're dialing, or going through a list of email addresses and just emailing anybody. You don't know who you're going to email or phone. And then to make it even worse, because they are actually around us, and you're calling them to you. You are calling entities who have nothing else better to do, that are here because they don't know where they're going, or they're negative and trying to feed on negativity. You are calling them to you, showing them where you are, and telling them you want to communicate with them. Now, they will lie to you, and they will tell you things that are not true. You cannot trust what they say, and some of them will then attach themselves to your auric field, follow you around, wreak havoc in your life, and you'll be scared out of your pants and burn the Ouija board because you did not use it the way it was supposed to be used. Okay, and that's how the majority of people use a Ouija board. So this is what I do. I have a definite purpose. Now, there are many ways that I communicate with my guides, and there are also ways I have a specific purpose. I want to communicate with somebody, a loved one who has passed on. I want to receive a communication from them that I can understand, that's tangible in this world. Sometimes they'll appear to you in a dream, and everything's kind of vague though, and you want a tangible. Sometimes you want a tangible communication. So, if I want to talk to my guide, for instance, and I want an answer to a question that's real and sincere, and I've tried to work it out myself, but I just can't do it, I'm going to call my guide and I'm going to say, well, first of all, I'm going to set up, I always do this, I set up a realm of light. I surround myself, and sometimes when I first started doing this and I was less visual, I would take my pointer, my wand, and I would trace a circle around me and around the board. And then I would see a flame going around me and the board. Now what you're doing is you're creating an astral barrier. And in your mind you are saying that no negative entity can pass this wall. And you're making a place of safety for you. And I give permission for my guides to pass. And then I'll say also, I will tell any entity that may be around or may be drawn to me, I will say, I do not want to communicate with anybody else. I'll say, if you are not my guide, or you are not my grandmother, or you are not someone that I am calling to me, you leave me alone.